Hi everybody, welcome back to Khardiata's kitchen. We are making apple pie. It's Thanksgiving, almost. I am making my own homemade pie crust, but you can buy the store-bought. If you try mine, you will never buy the store-bought again, I promise you. And it's easy to make. It's only 4 ingredients. We started with the flour, the cold butter. The butter have to be cold. Then we add the ice water, then salt. I'm not gonna blend it long because I want the butter chunk on my pie crust. But if you don't want the chunk, you can blend it more a little bit. Don't over mix your pie dough. You have to cut your butter in cubes. You can also use a food processor to make this pie crust, or you can use your hand. It just takes longer to make it with hands. As you can see, I divided in 2 pie crusts because this recipe makes 2 pie crusts. We're going to wrap it and let it rest while we work on our pie filling. Going to melt 1 stick of butter. It's not going to be healthy. It's Thanksgiving, guys. Now we're going to turn off the heat and add in 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and mix it together. I already washed and dry my apples. I am going to peel them and dice them. I'm using 2 different apples, as you can see. And the name of the apples I use and the measurement, I will put it on the description box for you guys. Be careful dicing your apple. Don't be clumsy like me. Now we have our vanilla bean. You can feel free to use whatever vanilla you have at home. Just make sure it's real vanilla. Now we're going to put the lemon juice on our apple because we don't want them to turn brown. Now we add all the ingredients. Like I said earlier, I'm going to list everything on the description box. Please don't skip the allspice. That's what makes my apple pie delicious. The other thing I don't do with my apple pie also is not to cook them on the stove. I leave them raw. When I put all the ingredients, I let it sit for about an hour until the apples suck into all the ingredients before I put it in my apple pie dish and bake it. Now I'm just mixing my vanilla beans into the butter and flour and the cornstarch. Now we're gonna mix it together, let it rest. I just want to remind you guys, when you make my apple pie recipe, please use real maple syrup. Don't use pancake syrup because it makes different, the real maple syrup. Hopefully I will able to bring you guys more Thanksgiving recipes before Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays. Our pie crust been rested for 1 hour in the fridge. You can leave it overnight if you like also. It have to be cold. As you can see here, I'm struggling because it's very, very cold. This is how you want it. You remember guys, earlier I divided my pie crust in 2. The other second half is in the fridge because you don't want to have it out while you're working on the first one because you don't want it to be melted. I like to see the butter showing on the pie crust. So if you guys don't want that when you're making the pie crust, like I said from the beginning, you can blend it more, but don't do it too much. But when you do it like this, you see the difference after you bake your pie. Now we just press it down on our pie dish. Make sure you press it all the way through the dish. The other one we finished work on, the one we put on the pie dish, we put it on the fridge because we don't want it to melt while we're working on the second one. Now we're done, we bring it out. We're going to pour our mixture in the pie dish. We make sure we pour everything into it, make it even, and we're going to put the second half of the pie crust. We're going to lift it and tuck inside everything. Now as you can see, this is how I do my pie crust. Now I'm going to cut in the middle like X. I preheated my oven for 415 degrees. I am going to bake the pie for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to turn the temperature down to 400 degrees. Then bake it for 30 to 35 minutes. After all that hard work, you get to enjoy delicious apple pie. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please like, share, comment. On jarama.